In this video, we are going to see whether Amber Heard has narcissistic personality disorder. Before we talk about the personality of Amber Heard and how it has changed during the trial and whether she has things such as borderline personality disorder or narcissistic personality disorder, let's come to terms with what personality really means. What influences and guides our deepest desires? How do these then affect us in our day-to-day lives, say in the way we respond to people and circumstances around us? Often, all of these things tend to affect the sort of relationships we get into, how to treat people that are around us, and our overall feel of life. When all of these aspects of our lives are collectively taken into account in order to know who we are, we might say we're dealing with someone's personality. But personalities can often go wrong. Personalities of people tend to be long-term averages of their behavior. A bitter person will have a hard time accepting the joys and pleasures of other people in general. He or she will incessantly find faults in the things that other people enjoy. But this bitterness is not an all-pervasive thing, as we might assume. The bitterness the person has will trickle down into his or her behavior. But there are times when the person can be optimistic and joyful too. So the ability to predict what a person might do in a given circumstance is another thing that gives stability to the person's personality. However, there are people whose personalities often go awry. They tend to deviate from the norm of a healthy personality and develop symptoms that border on the edge of a disorder. And with the ongoing trial of Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard, many have asked whether Amber Heard indeed has a narcissistic personality disorder. This charge against Amber Heard is taking quite a pace. There is a sort of one-sided war on TikTok, where there are more than 1 billion hashtags along the lines of "Justice for Johnny Depp," while a few million tags are seeking justice for Amber Heard. Before we move any further, we wanted to let our dear viewer, that's you, know that we make these videos for free. You can stay updated with what is happening in the field of psychology and get to know the cases that are truly affecting our society. As a part of this, we make these videos for free. And if you think that our videos are worth it, a simple like will boost us to make better videos. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You wouldn't want to miss anything, would you? Okay, let's get into this case of Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. With emerging footage of the lawyers of Amber Heard trying to shut down each and every response of Johnny Depp with mindless objections, many people asked whether this effort to silence Johnny was something natural. Some people even questioned whether the narcissism of Amber Heard had trickled down to her lawyers. And since such accusations shouldn't really be thrown about without a care in the world, we thought we should check whether Amber Heard has narcissistic personality disorder. But before that, what is a narcissistic personality to begin with? Introduction to narcissism. The coinage of the word narcissism generally comes down to the Roman poet Ovid. In one of his most renowned works, Metamorphoses, he describes a person named Narcissus who refused many of the suitors who wanted to be with him. He also rejected the proposal of a nymph named Echo, who had the bane of only being able to produce the sounds that others made. When Narcissus rejected Echo, the gods made Narcissus fall in love with his own reflection in a pool of water. The realization dawned on Narcissus that the one he loved couldn't love him back. This led Narcissus to wither away for love not requited. And this cute little story might give you some hint as to what a narcissist feels like. A bloated sense of self-centeredness, a heightened preoccupation with one's own image, and a feeling that only people who are a cut above the others can get a sense of what the narcissist is feeling. And when a person becomes rife with the aforementioned traits, psychologists tend to label these people as the ones suffering from narcissistic personality disorder. Let's run through these traits in detail and see whether these traits are in accord with Amber Heard, so that we can better know if a strong case of narcissistic personality disorder can really be made. 1. Self-absorbed importance of themselves. Who is to truly say that one life is more important than another, given that we all operate within the limits of our perceptions? It goes without saying that human beings are created equal. Even the U.S. Constitution guarantees such a decree, so a person having fair reflections about themselves is quite a common thing. Besides, evolutionary psychologists tend to say that the development of the concept of self is quite important for the success of human beings on this planet. But a person with narcissistic personality disorder is absorbed with the idea of self to the point of obsession. They believe that they are somehow more important than others and will tell you so. And if they don't tell you directly, their actions will say so. When a relationship goes wrong, then a healthy inquiry will let you know that the blame doesn't solely lie on one person, except in extreme circumstances. A person being abused for long might have played a part in creating circumstances that egged the other person on. There are times when one, often with the advantages of hindsight, feels that they should have taken a stand before. But in the case of Amber Heard, she says that she is solely the victim. In one of her claims that she was hit repeatedly in the face with Depp's hands, no witnesses or medical reports at the time indicate that she had bruises. Depp, on the other hand, had meaningful grounds and pointed to an instance where he broke his finger when Heard threw a bottle at him. Besides, the reckless behavior by Depp comes into light when he was high on cocaine, and this after the admission that Heard herself was using cocaine around that time. 2. Wanting of attention 24/7, high regard, and praise. No person in the world can ever survive without being attended to. To be held in high regard by others or to be praised is something that we look for from time to time. But when the attention-seeking borders on madness, or being highly regarded by others is something that pervades your being, or the need to be constantly praised is sort of maniacal, then we've got the recipe for a person with narcissistic personality disorder. Another thing that is quite irksome for some is that Amber Heard tries to come across as someone who has always taken the high road. She wants everybody to see her as someone who spoke for other women when she decided to become a public figure representing domestic abuse. But sometimes people like to feel that things should be done for their own sake, and not just because they're trying to make a point as public figures. Another thing that bugs people about celebrities is bragging about the donations they've made to charity. Often, the most charitable people donate not to promote their public image, but because someone was in need. The best of people don't publicly list out the good things they've done in life. But the divorce settlement between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, which resulted in a few $1 million for Heard, was touted to be for charity. Such behavior might come across as wanting attention all the time. Besides, the fancy hairdos that Amber Heard manages to pull off all the time, whether it be copying the hairstyles of others or crown braids, also gives people the feeling that she is constantly seeking attention and to be regarded highly. What do you think? Tell us in the comments below. 3. They expect unrealistic treatment by other people. What expectations might you have from someone who has treated you wrongly from the start? If the person has been a bully and you have given him ample space to do the bullying, expect no kindness in return. How many people have we seen in our lives who have married partners that have overpowered them mentally and psychologically? And after marriage, the bullying, the overpowering only got too intense to the point of a breakdown. We can't really be sure as of now whether both Heard and Depp are lying or contorting their reports of certain events. We can only draw inferences based on their words. And one of the things that Amber Heard has said is that Depp was abusive from the start, and that she felt physically threatened on their honeymoon. Some critics have wondered why Amber Heard expected anything different to happen as time rolled by, as such threats and abuses tend to get stronger with time. And is it a wonder that she was expecting unrealistic things to begin with? 4. Exploits others without guilt or shame. Another reason why Amber Heard has received such epithets of being a narcissist whose personality has gone berserk is that people can empathize with Johnny Depp quite strongly. With some high-profile false cases of the Me Too movement that have been reported, people are skeptical as to whether Amber Heard has made a decent case to begin with. Therefore, such occurrences of false accusations have many people wondering whether Amber Heard has been exploiting Depp without guilt or shame. Another matter of deep concern that led to raised eyebrows was that Depp paid $100,000 worth of settlement directly to the charity that Heard was donating to. Amber Heard pledged that Depp was trying to avoid taxes by not paying Heard, but rather paying directly to the charity. A person such as Depp, who is a multi-millionaire, might not fret over taxes that are worth only a few $100,000. That paltry sum of money might come across as mere pocket change to him. This was another of the incidents that made people wonder if Heard was a narcissist. We are definitely not the judge and jury on this case. One of the doctors, Dr. Shannon Curry, who argued that Amber Heard had borderline personality disorder, said that she wasn't board certified to begin with. Maybe doctors in professional psychology can be wrong about their assessment, and so can we. So we don't believe that we can make objective statements about the mental states of other people based on hearsay. We've got to rely on solid evidence, and that will only come about when other medical practitioners come into this equation. Given the traits we identified in people with narcissistic personality disorder, do we have a strong case for saying that Amber Heard has it? Or is it what psychologists call self-serving bias? Let us know in the comments down below. And let's watch out for new evidence and pieces of the puzzle that come out of this defamation case between these global superstars. In case you want to watch more videos like these, leave us a like and please subscribe. If you tell us what you would like to watch on our YouTube channel, we will reach out to you. Don't forget to comment, and remember to hit the notification bell. In the meantime, you can watch this video on your screen.